Dr. Per-Ingvar Brånemark was a Swedish physician and research professor, famously known as the father of modern implant dentistry. Brånemark was honored for his work on dental implants in the U.S., including the establishment of criteria and standards for implant dentistry. His work invigorated the field and revolutionized the treatment of complete and partial edentulosum.
One of my graduate students, in his reading, he came across one of Brånemark's early works. He introduced me to it. I went over to speak to Brånemark and see for myself what he was doing. And I realized that if his work could be duplicated in a completely different environment, different controls, etc., we'd have the beginnings of something that was unique. And I played a role in that. In 1982, I organized a conference here in Toronto, followed by 2 courses for all my prosto, leader, heads, and oral surgery ones in North America, and that opened things up. But what was interesting was that it coincided with the introduction of evidence-based dentistry.
Recognition of Dr. Brånemark's work continues to be one of the most significant breakthroughs in dentistry.
I'm excited to introduce you today to an amazing project owned by the ACP. Professor P.I. Brånemark is a household name in every dental home or dental office. He has made significant contributions to dentistry and very specifically prosthodontics. In fact, the ACP made him an honorary member and awarded him as a distinguished lecturer. 2 years ago, I was honored to be appointed as the chair of the Brånemark Archival Task Force. Along with my colleagues John Agar and Robert Gottlander, I had this unique opportunity to go on a dental pilgrimage to visit Gothenburg and visit Mrs. Barbara Brånemark and Dr. Brånemark's house. With the generous support of Barbara Brånemark, we now have acquired artifacts from her husband's private collection. We have access to never seen before videos, photographs, articles, his original last name, stay tuned for that, patient information, prototypes and sketches, and exclusive content, all donated to the ACP. This is worthy of preservation for future prosthodontists and dental professionals, so we carry the story of Brånemark's legacy to the West. The ACP will have exclusive access to this content, and this access will be available throughout the world. Mrs. Brånemark has generously donated the materials for the ACP so that the entire dental education community will have access to Brånemark's work.
I appreciate the initiative by ACP to create the Brånemark archive, and I fully support the project and look forward to see the result.
Today, the American College of Prosthodontists is pleased to announce the launch of the digital Brånemark archive. The archive preserves Dr. Brånemark's scientific legacy. This collection of his work is designed to be an inspiration and education for future generations of dental and prosthodontic professionals. The archive will feature images representing Dr. Brånemark's educational background, seminal works and research, his impact on patients and the industry, as well as his influence on the field of prosthodontics.
Wow, such a historic archive, and what a fantastic way to honor and display these never-before-seen materials of Dr. Brånemark's work. Please be sure to find the ACP PI Brånemark archive at prosthodontics.org under the Community Education section. And remember, many more items will be added to the archive in the future, so stay tuned. Hello, now I am pleased to welcome all of you to the awards presentation. And before we begin, we would like to acknowledge our event sponsor, Nobel Biocare.
Creating confidence is no small business. The Envista operating companies have the largest research and development teams in the industry and offer over 20,000 global and online trainings each year. We partner with professionals to improve lives by equipping professionals for success and providing side-by-side, end-to-end support to every single one of our customers. We are Envista, and we champion creators of confidence.
So the American College of Prosthodontics, through its awards program, formally recognizes individuals whose contributions to the specialty or to the college are outstanding and substantial. And now, the 2020 Awards of Distinction. By the way, I see a few of you are using that chat feature. Please click on chat at the bottom of your window there. Let the award recipients know how happy you are for them. Tell us any comments. We would love to see you and have you participate.
My name is Tom Taylor, University of Connecticut. I want to thank the college for this distinguished honor of the Service Award. I do appreciate it, particularly on the 50th anniversary of the ACP. I was a freshman dental student in 1970 when the ACP was founded, and have followed its progress for those past 50 years. And it's been a pretty amazing growth, and I'm truly honored by this great award. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Don Curtis from UCSF, and I'd like to thank all of you for the recognition associated with the Distinguished Researcher Award. Receiving this award means a lot to me personally, but also largely because it recognizes the importance of our work on risk assessment, that being how a formal process of risk assessment might influence treatment planning, patient consent, and the way we maintain a patient being treated with dental implants. Therefore, the award really belongs to a very large group of us, over 25 colleagues that includes 8 residents working on projects related to risk assessment. And so far in the last 4 years, we've published 5 manuscripts on this topic, and hopefully there's many more on the way. And I won't try to name all those involved, but you know who you are, and thank you very much. I'd also recognize and reflect on the thought that over the last 30 years, I've probably received much more support, mentoring, and encouragement from colleagues than I've reciprocated with. And with that in mind, if there are colleagues out there that have developed an idea for a study, want to use me as a sounding board, please feel free to email me on the topic. And if it's something I am familiar with, I'd be happy to provide feedback. So thanks again for this recognition, and I look forward to seeing you all in person sometime soon.
Hello, I'm Dr. Carlo Ercoli from Rochester, New York. I'm extremely honored and much humbled to have been selected by the American College of Prosthodontics as the Educator of the Year. I'd like to thank the senior leadership of the college, Dr. Steve Hudis and the board of directors, the nominating committee, and its president, Dr. Nadim Baba, and all the members for this recognition. I would also like to congratulate my friends and colleagues who have been awarded with me today, as it is a tremendous honor to be recognized within such a distinguished group of individuals. As I reflect back on this award, I would be remiss if I would not acknowledge the very individuals who made this possible in the first place. First and foremost, I would like to acknowledge my parents, who 25 years ago, with great personal sacrifice and continuous moral and financial support, have made it possible for me to come to this wonderful land of opportunity and eventually settle here. Secondly, I'd like to acknowledge my mentors, Dr. Gerald Grazer, my prosthodontic father, Dr. Jack Cathan, my mentor for periodontics, and Dr. Ross Collins. These individuals have shared everything they knew and had with me in order to have me mature into a more effective teacher. I would also like to acknowledge our prosthodontic faculty, starting with Dr. Choklidakis, our program director, our dean, Dr. Eli Eliav, because as someone once said, it takes a village. And one of the reasons why I'm here today is thanks to their leadership, their service, and their loyalty to our program. Our group of alumni, the Eastman Prosthodontic alumni, the best group in the world, are also to be recognized as they make possible every day, every single improvement that we would like to do to our program. Lastly, our students, although they might appear to benefit from our teaching, they are the one that can keep us on our toes. They make us better every day. They challenge and stimulate us into becoming better teacher. Last but not least, I need to acknowledge my family. My loving wife, Katya, my children, Kristen and Elena. They are the true backbone of my life, and they've been the best award I've ever had the blessing to receive.
Hi, American College of Prosthodontists. I would like to thank you for the opportunity to be distinguished as the awardee for the Clinician Award for 2020. It's an amazing year. The American College of Prosthodontists continues to represent prosthodontists within their specialty, and it's a unique privilege to be acknowledged by one's own profession. When I received the call from Nadeem Baba, I was amazed and I was frankly very flattered and honored. Thank you very much, Nadeem, and members of the nomination committee. I'd like to acknowledge my co-awardees for this year, as well as mentors who have been awarded in the past and have also been listed amongst those in the lineup. Names that come to mind are John Sorensen, John Bumer, Bob Bima, Bob Sprigg, Ken Malamut, and others. At this point, I'd like to say there are two others that have influenced me greatly, and I would like to acknowledge that in 2007, the Dan Gordon Award was awarded to two people, and that is Frank Stalenza and my father, Niles Cachet. Having the opportunity to be acknowledged by the ACP is a distinct honor, and it's rare that one has the opportunity to have their father as a mentor and a prior awardee as well. For that, I thank you, American College of Prosthodontists. This is an amazing award and an amazing opportunity. See you in better years. Take care. Bye.
Greetings from sunny Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Tracy Bischoff. The board of the ACP has chosen me to be this year's recipient of the Dental Technician Leadership Award, and I'm truly honored to be this year's recipient. I want to thank the board members of the ACP for choosing me for this award. I want to also commend them for their forward-thinking gesture. In a day when the dental lab industry is finding it a challenge to attract new talent, this award is an important acknowledgement of the value of dental lab technicians to the dental profession. Honoring lab technicians is a great way to strengthen the working relationship between the lab techs and the dentists they serve. So I'll gladly accept this award on behalf of so many other lab technicians who deserve this far more than I do. Over the 50-year history of the ACP, we've seen significant changes in the dental profession and in the dental lab industry. Some have been good and some not so good. While there's been a recent trend toward the commoditization of dentistry, the ACP continues to hold a very high standard of excellence in dentistry. In my view, the American College of Prosthodontists is the premier organization in this regard. It's a community where we share our knowledge and experiences, and this is what will keep us on the leading edge of the profession into the future. I'm certainly blessed to play a small part in this community. Given that this year is the 50-year anniversary of the ACP, receiving this award is particularly special for me because this year also marks my 50th year of having proudly served the dental profession as a laboratory technician. I've had the privilege of working with and learning from some of the finest clinicians in the country. I hope you're as excited about the future of dentistry and of the ACP as I am. I hope you'll come and join us.
Receiving the General Leffler Federal Service Award is an incredible honor. For those of us lucky enough to have known him and served with him, we realize what an amazing leader and individual he was. I've tried to emulate his leadership skills, his devotion to military service, and his love of prosthodontics. I first met then Colonel Bill Leffler in 1978, and I remember that moment as if it was yesterday. As a young military dental officer serving in a caste system, he made me feel as if I was the most important person in the world. That was his gift. I remember the advice that he gave me and the passion on how he delivered it. General Leffler was one of the most inspirational leaders that I have ever experienced. I'm truly humbled and moved receiving this award.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph DeFazio from West Long Branch, New Jersey. I was surprised as well as honored to receive the Section 1 Private Practice Award for 2020. This award made me feel proud of being a prosthodontist. Without the support of my staff and my wife, Rose, over the last 42 years, my practice would not have been the success it is now. They deserve part of this award. I would like to thank whoever nominated me and wrote supporting letters for this award. I would like to thank my mentors in the past, Dr. James Lepley, Dr. James Schweiger, and Dr. John Pirro, all from Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. I hope to continue making everyone I mentioned proud that they nominated or trained me to be the prosthodontist I am today. At this time, I'm continuing my private practice and teaching at Rutgers School of Dental Medicine, as I have done for the last 36 years. Once again, thank you for this great and humbling honor, and be safe.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Brandon Stapleton, private practice prosthodontist in Lexington, Kentucky. Thank you so much for the honor of being recognized as a private practice prosthodontist who goes above and beyond. Thank you so much. I appreciate that recognition. Exceptional thanks to Dr. Ahmed Kutkut for recommending me for the award, Dr. Leslie Horn, a private practice periodontist in Lexington, for a recommendation, Dr. Shannon Johnson, a private practice dentist in Louisville, Kentucky, who has been was my professor in dental school and a dear friend of mine ever since. And also to Miss Patty Dancy, who is my CDT here at the office at Identity Dental Studio. I appreciate her growth, her drive, her ambition to be better. I also appreciate my partner, Lee, for putting up with my shenanigans and my working late and my meetings and my study clubs and everything else in between here and there with dentistry. I appreciate him and his sacrifice so much. It has been an honor to share this experience with him, my family, and my team here at Identity Dental Studio. Thanks again for this opportunity. I wish we were doing this in person. But in tribute to that, let's please have a drink tonight and raise a glass of bourbon for Kentucky. Thank you so much for the honor. Thanks again. Have a good night.
Hello, this is Dr. Lino Calvani. I'm a board-certified prosthodontist and an ACP member. I graduated at Tufts in '91, and since then I'm teaching there as an adjunct associate professor. The ACP Award of Distinction recognition I received from my peers today deeply honors me as a professional and former director of the ACP Region 7. I want to dedicate this award to my teachers for what they did and they're still doing for me. I dedicate it also to all prosthodontists and to all students, especially the youngest of us who are starting now. Never, not ever give up your dreams, guys. I hope to meet you all soon at the ACP meetings. Seeing the current problems as an ICU doctor, I know that while we wait for that moment, we have to follow the W rule. We will win only if we wear our masks, wash our hands, and watch our distance. I thank the ACP for this huge honor, and I thank again for having me on today. To you all, wherever you are, God bless you, and God bless America. Stay all safe, please, and thanks again for the honor. Have a good one. Thank you.
Dear friends, dear colleagues, the college has guided our discipline through a half-century of unprecedented scientific progress, and it has been my privilege to be part of a global academic cohort that promoted and nurtured the specialty's evolving scientific underpinnings. It is in this context that I, George Zoab from Toronto, Canada, hasten to thank you for acknowledging my role in a collective educator's commitment to provide optimal treatment choices and long-term outcomes for all our prosthodontic patients. Two extraordinary scholars made this possible: David Sackett at McMaster University in Canada and Perrin von Brånemark. The first introduced us to clinical epidemiology, the second to the whole notion of surgical protocol for achieving osseointegration. The published work led to an exemplary evidence-based approach to ensuring efficacy and effectiveness for managing prosthodontic challenges. The brilliance of our current repertoire of clinical techniques must not be allowed to succumb to a formulaic approach, especially one driven by commercial agendas. Our clinical interventions must never become an unnecessary burden for our aging population or an insurmountable time-dependent challenge for the discipline. I thank you again for this recognition and hasten to wish the college another brilliant half-century of achievement and successes. Thank you very much.
This has certainly been a most challenging year. What I have learned most about during this year is leadership. Leadership is the art of motivating a group of people to act towards achieving a common goal. I'd like to spend a minute or two talking about my friend, colleague, and mentor, Dr. David A. Felton. Dr. Felton completed his dental degree in 1977 and his MS in Pros training in 1984. He has served as faculty and graduate prosthodontics program director at UNC Chapel Hill School of Dentistry. He served as dean at West Virginia University School of Dentistry and is currently the dean at University of Mississippi School of Dentistry, where I am told he will soon be retiring. Other accomplishments in this wonderful career include President of the American College of Prosthodontists, the Academy of Prosthodontics, and the American Board of Prosthodontics. He is currently the Secretary of the International College of Prosthodontists. Some of his awards include the ACP Distinguished Service Award and the ACP Dan Gordon Award. From 2003 until 2018, he was the editor-in-chief of the Journal of Prosthodontics. During his tenure, he saw the expansion of the journal in terms of number of issues, scientific impact, as well as the number and quality of submissions. He has published extensively and lectures both nationally and internationally. I think, though, if you were to ask David what he's most passionate about, it would be family. His lovely wife, Sue, their 5 children and 10 grandchildren, and his residents. It is my honor and distinct pleasure to present this year's Presidential Award to Dr. David A. Felton.
I'm Dr. David Felton, and it is with the utmost sincerity and humility that I enthusiastically accept the 2020 ACP President's Award from President Steve Hudis. I've received several awards during my 36-year membership in the college, but this one is truly special to me. I joined the ACP in 1984 and attended my very first meeting of the ACP Board of Directors in Charleston, South Carolina in 1989, and I've had the privilege to have served on the board for 28 years. President Hudis and I met a very long time ago when we were both much younger and I was much thinner. Through our participation in the ACP and the Greater New York Academy of Prosthodontics. We've been through thick and thin, through good times and bad, but have remained great colleagues and very good friends. If we were meeting in person, I'd walk up on stage, shake Steve's hand, and then give him a great big hug. But in this COVID-19 pandemic year, that simply would not meet CDC guidelines for proper hand washing, social distancing, or mask usage. I do hope that this 2020 virtual meeting, along with our virtual celebration this evening, is a one-off event and that we can all be together in San Diego again next year. Therefore, Dr. Hudis, in lieu of what I'd normally do, please accept my fist bump handshake and a great big air hug and my sincerest thanks for this prestigious award. As I officially retire from academic dentistry in November of this year, this award really makes me realize just how much the ACP has meant to me and to my career, and just how rewarding my relationship with the college, the board of directors, and President Hudis has been. I will always treasure the ACP and its members. Thank you, Steve, for this incredible, prestigious honor. Thank you.
I just want to say I could feel the love and the warmth and the desire that everyone wishes that they could be together. And what warmth coming from all of you commenting here in the chat. I don't know if you could see all of the comments because some went just to the panelists, but some went to the attendees too. There was an outpouring of love. So I just want to thank you for that and recognize that. All right. Well, congratulations to the 2020 Awards of Distinction winners. The next award honors achievements in publishing. The Journal of Prosthodontics has selected the winners of the second annual Best Article Awards. A panel of editors examined all articles published over the last year and selected 3 winners for their high-quality research, writing, scientific merit, and their relevance to prosthodontics. First up is the Clinical Science Basic Research Article Award. Congratulations, Dr. Rami Amoun. Next is the Systematic Review Article Award. Congratulations to Dr. Yolanda Natalie Reiko Gallardo. And finally, the David A. Felton Award for Top Case Report. Congratulations to Dr. Hannah Mahi and Dr. Zahayang Le. Congratulations to all of the Journal Award recipients. Next up is the Product Innovation Showcase winner. For the first time at annual session, companies had the opportunity to showcase up to 3 products or services in the new Product Innovation Showcase. And this year, 10 companies participated in the debut showcase. Avident, Carbon, Dentsply Sirona, Easy Gold Crowns, Ivoclar Vivident, Maverick, Nobel Biocare, Quintessence Publishing, and Stone Glass Industries. Meeting attendees have cast their votes all week, and we do have a winner. Congratulations to Ivoclar Vivident for winning with iVotion is the key to amazing efficiency. Conference attendees have selected you as the 2020 ACP Annual Session Innovation winner. And I see some comments coming in right now to congratulate you. Very good. Our next award is the Prosthodontist Research Awards, which started in 1978. In 1982, the award was renamed to the John J. Sherry Awards as a tribute to past President Dr. John J. Sherry to honor his passion for dental research. This activity is supported by an education grant from GlaxoSmithKline and the ACP Education Foundation. And I'd like to invite ACP President Dr. Stephen Hudis to join me and announce this year's finalists.
It is my pleasure to congratulate the finalists and announce their placement. In third place, wear resistance of 3D printed prefabricated denture teeth opposing zirconia. Diana M. Fong, DDS MSD from the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston. In second place, the effect of endodontic access preparation on fracture load and of translucent versus conventional zirconia crowns with varying occlusal thicknesses. Amir Hussein Najah, DDS MSD, MS, Louisiana State University. And in first place, conventional and milled denture teeth and in vitro wear resistance evaluation. Susan T. Kim, DMD, MS from the University of North Carolina. Congratulations to all of the winners. As a bit of an aside, the Sherry Award winners are a little bit like the Olympics. We congratulate all 3 of the winners, but frankly speaking, to all of the competitors in the Sherry competition, you are all winners. Congratulations to all of you on your effort.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Dr. Hudis, and congratulations again to the Sherry Award winners. So now we'd like to pause and reflect on this year's annual session, Evolutions and Revolutions in Prosthodontics. So I'd like to invite 2020 Annual Session Chair, Dr. Avi Bidra, to join Dr. Hudis.
Dr. Bidra, Avi, it was about 3 years ago that I was elected ACP Vice President. One of the first responsibilities for the VP is to select a program chair. For me, that was a very easy choice. You were the first official call I made, and fortunately for me and for the college, you didn't hesitate and immediately said yes. You and I had some preliminary discussions. I expressed my vision for the program that I wanted to create. Then I stepped back and let you go to work. You built a tremendous committee, and if my memory serves me correctly, about 6 weeks later, the program was pretty much done and set. Well, all good, right? But not so fast. A group of us met in New Orleans in January for the site visit, and everything seemed to be moving along perfectly. Then COVID-19 happened, and the world was turned upside down. In June, the ACP Board of Directors made the decision to transition this year's annual session from live in person to fully virtual. You didn't blink and very quickly transitioned all of your speakers to the digital format. As a credit to you, my friend, you had an almost 100% conversion. Wow. Well, my friend, I'm not quite sure this is exactly what you expected when you agreed to be my program chair, but this program has been truly exceptional. I can't thank you enough for the amazing job that you've done. My sincerest gratitude, my friend, for a job superbly done. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the trust you had in me when you made the call in 2017. I still remember when I was driving. None of us had any control over what's going to happen in the year 2020. And in June, Steve and the board of directors, we decided to go virtual for this meeting. Nevertheless, I stand as the only program chair in ACP's history without a single attendee in person. But I'm happy to report that we had a record-breaking number of attendees this year of 1,518 as we counted today, which is 30% higher than all previous years. I would not want to take too much credit for all of this. It's a great team effort. Thanks to my program committee, John Agar, Ken Kurtz, Jeffrey Thompson, and Sandeep Raval for the inputs. And I appreciate Steve's your mentorship throughout, as we built this meeting. Obviously, a meeting cannot be held without our sponsors, especially Noble Biocare. And most importantly, I want to thank ACP Central Office staff. We have one of the best staff, led by Linda Caroline Pineset, who always has such a cheerful and smiling attitude for everything and gets the job done. All of them have worked so tirelessly. I want to give a special thank you to Katie. Katie, you're such a cheerful, happy person, and you always get the job done so cheerfully. It makes everything go so smoothly, and ACP is very fortunate, that you are with us. Finally, I want to share, in the Yoga Sutras, we always say this: even the most powerful knowledge in the universe is worthless without an audience. So it is ultimately the members. It is the members who make a meeting happen. Who are in the audience. If there's no audience, we don't have a meeting. So thank you to all the ACP members to registering, supporting the college, and making this meeting a success. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Congratulations again, Dr. Bidra, on a fantastic meeting. And I hope that all of you enjoyed the sessions and events. It sounds like the feedback was really great. So now, Dr. Hudis, I believe you have a presidential citation you would like to present this evening.
Thank you, Amy. This portion of the evening is the awards of distinction. These awards recognize outstanding individuals in the college and their accomplishments, such as the Educator of the Year Award. Traditionally, this award has gone to a more senior individual who has spent their career training and mentoring the next generation of prosthodontists. Personally and professionally, I am an advocate of elevating the next generation of educators, and that's why I am presenting my presidential citation this evening to a young educator who is having an impact in prosthodontics. It is my hope that this award will, in the future, be included in the annual awards of distinction. It is my pleasure to present this year's presidential citation to Dr. Eva Anadiotti. Dr. Anadiotti received her dental degree from the University of Athens Dental School, her prosthodontic training from the University of Iowa, and her surgical implant training at the University of North Carolina School of Dentistry. She is a diplomat of the American Board of Prosthodontics, a fellow in the American College of Prosthodontists, and is the incoming prosthodontic commissioner on the ADA Commission on Dental Accreditation. Currently, she is an assistant clinical professor in the Department of Preventive and Restorative Sciences at the University of Pennsylvania School of Dental Medicine, and the founding director of the Advanced Specialty Education Program in Prosthodontics. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to present my presidential citation this year to my dear friend and colleague, Dr. Eva Anadiotti.
Hello, I'm Dr. Eva Anadiotti. I'm the founding and current director of the Advanced Education Program in Prosthodontics at the University of Pennsylvania School of Dental Medicine in Philadelphia. I'm immensely honored to be the recipient of the 2020 American College of Prosthodontists Junior Educator Award. To say that I'm grateful to the current ACP president, Dr. Stephen Hudis, for this award would be an understatement. I first met Stephen in 2015 ACP annual session in Orlando. Since our first encounter, his support and vision for the future of our specialty have been, for lack of a better word, infectious. He has witnessed my journey during the first years of my academic career and has supported me as a mentor, a colleague, and a friend. And for that, I want to wholeheartedly thank him. To me, this award represents the clear direction the college has towards the future generations of prosthodontists. It is a testament to the ACP support of young educators and their essential role in the future of our specialty. I hope this acknowledgement serves as an inspiration to our students and residents to lead the evolution of prosthodontics. I wouldn't be where I am today without my mentors, my colleagues, and my residents, from whom I continue to learn every day. This recognition gives me the validation to continue sharing my knowledge while learning from the best in our specialty. Thank you, President Stephen Hudis. Thank you, American College of Prosthodontists, and congratulations to this year's award recipients.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the award celebration for the ACP Annual Session 2020 and the 50th anniversary of the college. Well, what a year it's been. To repeat a piece of advice that Betsy Brackett, a past president, gave me early in my tenure, she suggested, and I quote, "Steve, upon taking office, you can see what's right in front of you, but you generally are unable to see what's over the horizon." Well, Betsy, how prophetic. Who would have ever thought or even imagined? So as we've concluded this first ever virtual annual session, and I've come to the end of my term as president, my take is that I think we've done pretty darn well. Now, I'd like to take credit for all of this, but probably that would be a little presumptive. So let me start by thanking some of the people that really helped to make this year so successful. In the central office, our amazing executive director, Dr. Linda Carradine Poinsett. Linda, it is hard to truly express my gratitude. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do starting tomorrow. I will sorely miss our weekly, daily, and often hourly phone calls. Through all of the challenge that this year has presented, you have always provided me with good, informative counsel. Katie and Evan, I will single you out as this was most truly an amazing annual session. Bria, Justin, Colleen, Adam, Carrie, Nathalie, Rachel. If I thanked each of you individually, we would probably be here all night. Suffice it to say, collectively, you are amazing and have made this past year quite exceptional for me. My executive committee, Mark, Lars, Robert, Dan. For your wise counsel and collaborative efforts, thank you. Nadine, brother, what a year this has been for you, from fires to explosions. I wish you peace and happiness in all your endeavors. My ACP Board of Directors, thank you, each and every one of you, for all of the hard work that you do for our members, the college, and prosthodontics. The ACP Education Foundation, Karen, you stepped into the chair position and made a most seamless transition. I am thrilled that you have agreed to serve as chair for yet another year. To you and the entire ACPEF board and our industry partners, thank you for all that you do in support of the college. Holly and the entire team at ADS, thank you for your guidance and your support. To our corporate industry partners, this year has presented all of us with never seen before challenges. Last year, I thanked you for partnering with us on this journey of ours. Today, I thank you for sticking with us. This is a road we all travel together. In good times and bad, you are our friend and partner. Thank you. Lastly, Avi, I'm not sure you were aware what you signed up for 3 years ago when I asked you to run my program. Well, that's okay. I don't think I did either. This was an amazing program, and you helped make a seamless transition from live to virtual. My most heartfelt appreciation, my friend. So, where are we? So I've divided the world into 3 buckets: pre-pandemic, pandemic, and post-pandemic. So, pre-pandemic. Last year, we initiated the first practice management course directed to private practitioners. With the generous support of Nobel Biocare, we created the first state leadership workshop. With the continuing support from Henry Schein, we continued to evolve the digital dentistry curriculum. And under the leadership of Dr. Jerry Grant, this program continues to evolve and is being adopted by more institutions, both domestically and internationally. We are currently investigating the creation of a second digital dentistry curriculum that will be directed for the private practitioner. Many of our other industry partners were instrumental in support of the work of the college and the foundation. We continue to advocate for our members and prosthodontics. We are, to a large degree, that was business as usual. Well, then the pandemic hit. In March, the world was turned upside down. Business was no longer usual. Everything that was live and face-to-face became virtual. As I like to think of it, death by Zoom. All meetings were either canceled or made virtual. Linda and the entire central office staff worked diligently to transition all activities from live to virtual. Some meetings were canceled outright, others were reformatted to a virtual format. Thank you to all of the individuals that have helped to make this transition possible. Early in the pandemic, we hosted a Zoom conference meeting with the leadership from the Dental Specialties Group and the ADA leadership to gain more information early on about the impact of the pandemic and to share challenges and opportunities. We also used the ACP website as a vehicle to disseminate timely information and resources to our members regarding the virus. Most importantly, so what does post-pandemic look like? Well, I wish that I had a crystal ball so I could provide answers to that question. What I do know is that this is probably not going away anytime soon, and that the new normal will probably be different from the old normal. What that looks like, I don't think anyone really knows today. What I do know is that dentistry is a critical component of the healthcare continuum. As prosthodontists, we are a very important component of healthcare delivery. The college will continue to advocate for the specialty and for our members. We will continue to support the advancement of the art and science in dentistry. Along with the leadership of the ACPEF and our industry partners, we will continue to lead through science and research to support our members to deliver the best possible patient care, to create programs, to seek out and develop the next generation of leaders, and most importantly, to maintain the sustainability and viability of the ACP. This has truly been an unprecedented year. In closing, may I say that it has been a true honor and a privilege to serve as your president during this past year. To all of you, thank you. Okay. Now, I'd like to recognize the service of several board members who have completed their terms this year. I could not have done this without you. Dr. Nadim Baba, Dr. Pavi Samant, Dr. Robert Stover, and Dr. Stephen Wagner. Thank you so much for your many years of service on the board. Enjoy your break, my friends, as I'm sure there will be projects for you in the future. At this time, I would like to introduce the elected and appointed members of the board who were sworn in this past week. You have been duly elected by the membership or appointed to serve as a member of the ACP Board of Directors. You have a fiduciary duty to administer the college affairs responsibly and exercise your best care, skill, and judgment for the benefit of the college. You shall exercise the utmost faith in all transactions relating to your duties for the college. You have all read and are aware of your duties as outlined in your specific job descriptions and the ACP Board of Directors job description and code of conduct. Do you all accept the responsibilities of this office?
I do.
I do. I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Thank you all and welcome to the board. Please welcome board members, our new board members, Dr. Elfida Ivazian, Dr. Ava Boldridge, Dr. Lars Balma, Dr. Peter Gungros, Dr. Daniel Gibbon, Dr. Gerald Grant, Dr. Mark Hutton, Dr. Kenneth Kurtz, Dr. Caroline Wynn, Dr. Igor Pesun, Dr. Van Ramos, Dr. Loana Tovar Suinaga. I look forward to serving with you. And at this time, President-elect Dr. Mark Hutton, if you would please join me.
Good evening, Steve.
Evening, Mark. Welcome.
Thank you.
At this time, I would like to pass the torch, the gavel, to our new president, Dr. Mark Hutton.
Takes a while to get from New Jersey to Colorado, but it's coming. Ah, it got here. Thank you.
Okay. Congratulations and good catch, my friend. Okay. Mark, do you have your presidential medallion?
Yes, I do. My lovely daughter Samantha is going to place it on my neck here. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Do you have your gavel plaque? Wonderful. And what about your past president hat and pin?
Okay, got the hat.
Looking good.
And got the pin.
Perfect. Thank you for your leadership this year, Steve, and we really appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you, Mark. Best of luck. Congratulations. Very excited for you.
And there's Steve in his boat already heading out to sea on the Atlantic. That's great. Well, good evening, everyone. I've got a few remarks, obviously, that I'd like to make. So my dear friends and colleagues, before I begin to outline my vision for the upcoming year for the ACP, I wanted to take a moment to thank President Hudis and the entire central office staff for making this extremely difficult year the success that it has been. As Dr. Hudis noted earlier, nobody could have envisioned what 2020 was going to hold when he took office, but he sat as president of the ACP with poise even when difficult decisions loomed. For your leadership, the membership of the ACP is forever grateful. If I hear the term pivot one more time, I might explode. However, the ACP has demonstrated an incredibly successful pivot time and time again throughout the year. I'm truly proud to be part of this organization and honored to be your next president. As part of the leadership symposium, at which I was able to briefly speak about paths to leadership, I presented a diagram of the paths that 12 of the past presidents, including myself, have taken to rise to this esteemed office. What was interesting is that no two were the same. So I encouraged each ACP member to volunteer for committees and step up to be involved in ACP task force when recruited. The ACP is what it is because of volunteers like yourself. Who knows, you may be surprised where your early positions in the ACP may lead. I am humbled to be speaking to you this evening as your president. I encourage ACP members to reach out and let your concerns be known. I, along with the central office, will be responsive to your thoughts. As you make decisions about organizational memberships for the upcoming year, please remember that you are able to call yourself a prosthodontist because of the ACP. Without the work of the ACP volunteers and central office staff, the current prosthodontic CODA standards, the prosthodontic parameters of care, and the submission of the specialty recertification documentation would not have been completed. The college is the preeminent organization for prosthodontics and is also in existence to serve the needs of our members, our biggest asset. For those of you that have known me since my early days as Prosthodontic Forum Director on the ACP Board of Directors, you know that I have been focused on collaboration. Now more than ever as prosthodontists, we must collaborate given the large number of prosthodontically oriented organizations in order to strengthen our specialty. Even before the pandemic, many prosthodontic organizations were struggling to maintain their membership numbers, and corporate sponsorship dollars are becoming increasingly more scarce, leading to incredibly alarming annual bottom lines. Now that we are in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, it is time to come together in an organizational structure that benefits our specialty, protects each of our heritages, and lessens the financial burdens on our organizations and corporate sponsors. To the leadership of the various prosthodontic organizations, I hope you will join the ACP in this metamorphic discussion. I look forward to continuing to work with our Executive Director, Linda Carradine-Poinsett, as well as the entire central office staff, who all tirelessly work to keep the organization on course, to follow the strategic plan and make each and every president look good throughout their term. I've had a chance to speak directly to each of my committee chairs and the division directors who are under my purview. And I feel that we have the right people in place to have a successful year, whatever it may hold. In the spirit of collaboration, I look forward to enhancing the excellent relationship with the ACPF Board of Directors that has been developed. It is important to note, it is with each member's support of the ACPF that the ACP will continue to help groom our future leaders, future educators, and the future associates in your private practices. To the ACP Board of Directors, we will have exceedingly difficult decisions to make in 2020 as 2020 ends and 2021 sheds light on what may be the new normal. We must think transformative as a board on the development of new revenue streams to maintain the health of the college. We will need to reaffirm and update, not rework our strategic plan and initiatives as the pillars of the previous plan are strong. As I previously mentioned, collaboration is central to the strength of our specialty, and I challenge each one of you to work with me to set the foundation upon which we will move forward over the next 50 years and beyond. I look forward to leading this process with all of you. Thank you to the board members whose journey has temporarily ended, but I know that I will see many of you back in the future. For those of us who will continue with seats on the ACP Board of Directors following Annual Session 2020, I look forward to our continued achievements, collaborations, and friendships. I look forward to welcoming the new board members to the ACP Board of Directors and will embrace the new ideas that you will likely bring to our varied discussions. Like 2020, 2021 is going to have challenges that we likely could not envision, and I hope that next year's presidential dinner may be in person at Annual Session 2021 in San Diego next October. With the help from each of you and the continued guidance and organization from all at the central office, I look forward to a rewarding year as we begin the second semi-centennial of the ACP. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Hutton and Dr. Hudes both. I know we had an outpouring of congratulations in the chat there for you, and many enjoyed the passing of the gavel. That was a really cool effect. So we just, all of the ACP members look forward to your leadership. So 50 years ago, a small group of prosthodontists had the foresight to envision the creation of an organization where individuals of like mind and training could come together to collaborate and learn from one another. Earlier this week, the anniversary video premiered, and tonight we'd like to premiere the extended version for you. So once I say goodbye, we're going to play that, so don't sign off quite yet. So thank you all so much for joining us and for participating and chatting. We love to see your comments pop up. Enjoy the rest of your evening and the video.
As the American College of Prosthodontists celebrate a historic 50 years, we look back to the foundations of what makes the college the premier organization for prosthodontics. In 1970, a group of visionaries came together to form a place where all prosthodontists could come together.
What made you become involved with wanting to start the college? Would you be able to talk to that at all, as to, one, have a college or an organization that was devoted to people who were educationally qualified?
At that time, the prosthodontic organizations they would be based on a certain dental school, and there were no specialty organizations.
Thanks to visionaries like Dr. Spruill and the 11 other founding members, the American College of Prosthodontists is the leading organization for community and fellowship.
You know, I look at leadership from top to bottom, and how people have really stepped up in very surprising and encouraging ways. You know, leadership on every level. People have addressed this, you know, and I often say, out of great challenges come wonderful opportunities. So for me, the college is family.
It gave me an opportunity to learn about leadership, to be mentored by some great leaders who gave me opportunities. The college then opened opportunities for me to really learn more about mentoring myself, how to identify the next generation of leaders, of speakers, of lecturers, writers, and so on.
As a membership, the networking ability and meeting so many colleagues across the country that really have the same or similar philosophies, that we are a specialty that helps individuals, that we set the standard of care, that we are educators. I think that part of the college is something that surprised me, that it actually feels like a family. It's not some enigma.
And I think it really starts with the mentors and the directors of the graduate programs really instilling, as mine did, the importance of belonging to the college. I belong to other organizations, but the college is the one voice that speaks for our specialty.
The hallmark of any profession is its ability to adhere to education and scientific rigor. Prosthodontics is a very diverse profession. Those who have chosen this profession enjoy the scientific, technological, and artistry of the field. Since its inception, the college continues to provide opportunities for prosthodontists to gather, exchange ideas, and to innovate.
How can I use this opportunity to push the education forward and maybe do things that otherwise it would have taken longer?
When I was a resident, I wanted to learn more about surgery. I would have to go to one of the surgical departments and they would assist me in learning more about it. Now, all of the prosthodontic residents must be competent in implant surgery, which really evolves our specialty, but helps patients too, because ultimately they come for the best prosthesis, smile, function, whatever the goals are. And us being able to not only plan, but also execute the entire treatment really makes it a faster, more efficient, and long-lasting result.
Well, actually, it started with the classic prosthodontic articles, which I keep here on my shelf. I do still go back to them now and then because it's like poetry for me. But now we have Prostopedia, and then we have our prosthodontic review course. So these are things that we continue to develop to enhance our membership value, to assist others in, staying on the topics and continue to practice evidence-based. So over the years, we continue to enlighten our membership through the continuing education and these professional enhancement opportunities that we offer.
Every day is something completely different. In so many other specialties, I think you'd go to work every day and do the same darn thing. But in prosthodontics, it's virtually every day, every patient is a completely different experience. And that has really kept me fascinated over the years.
Nobody really chooses Prost. Prost kind of chooses you. You take a patient who comes in and is, debilitated, and you bring them back to a functional status. And then being able to share that with residents and share that joy with residents, that's a really rewarding thing.
Routine is very difficult for me. It's hard for me to come to work and do the same thing over and over again. pros is nice that way. You never see the same patient complaints twice. There's always challenging cases. When you combine this with research and all the other things that I like to do, it keeps my job dynamic and different and makes you want to come every day. So it's a blessing this way.
Always striving to lead dentistry forward, the college continues to innovate and push the specialty of prosthodontics into the future.
I'm really excited about how prosthodontists really have embraced like the digital dentistry aspect and dental implants, because that is played a big role, especially in my practice, on how we transform smiles.
Well, how can we utilize what's innovating in dentistry today, the technologies that we have to gain efficiencies?
What has happened is just a plethora of dental materials, newer dental materials which have come into place. And dental materials is the essence of prosthodontics. You take dental materials out of dentistry, prosthodontics will collapse. Dentistry will collapse.
Not too much has surprised me, other than perhaps professionally the metamorphosis of our specialty, and really as a result of two very disruptive technologies that came into our world, and in fact the entire profession. Originally implant dentistry some 40 years ago, and in fact it's had and grown over 40 years. And more recently, digital technologies and how it relates to education and practice that we're in the midst of. Those two things are just once in a generational type of shift. It's just so cool that this specialty is in the middle of it all. So it actually strengthens us.
It's this notion that how biology interacts with technology that's always kept me interested. We began our work years ago looking at implant surfaces because we were worried about adding implants in type 3 and 4 bone. And in the early 1980s and later in the 80s, early into the 90s, we weren't having the success we have today. And the work we did with implant surface technology was related to creating more bone. Today, my lab is focused on understanding some of the issues around how soft tissue integrates with an implant and how that can affect peri-implantitis. Same idea. How does technology interact with biology?
The future of the American College of Prosthodontists is bright. The college offers tremendous opportunities to collaborate with other professionals and advocate on behalf of prosthodontists as the torch is passed to the next generation of prosthodontic leaders.
The American College should really put an enormous amount of emphasis on this next generation of prosthodontists who are going to be treating the aged, the infirm, and people with those kind of residual problems.
I've focused in thinking often about maintaining our specialty status. What is there about us that distinguishes us from the other specialty groups, and how can we continue to make sure that our foundational descriptions of what makes us unique is still prominent, and that we can have an identity that makes us unique in the caring for patients, the quality assessment, the sequence of planning and treatment, the coordination of multidisciplinary care, preserving that fundamental part of what it is that we've had for a long time.
Practice at the highest level. We like to work with our hands, but the more anal you are, the more you should think about prosthodontics.
I think the future of our new prosthodontic members of our specialty need to see that the public and the broader professions at large are becoming more and more aware of the importance of attention to detail.
If a young dentist is thinking about a career in being a super dentist, then taking prosthetic training is going to shorten that curve by about 10 years and offer him a more rewarding career in dentistry.
This sort of goes hand in hand with what I've enjoyed over the years so much. It's the complexity and diversity of the patient treatment situations that we face on a daily basis. Again, no other specialty can offer you the diversity of experience that prosthodontics can.
And as a young person thinking about a career in prosthodontics, you have to close your eyes and think about what your daily practice will be. Will it be transactional? You need a filling, you need a crown, you need your teeth cleaned. Or will it be relational? You have a significant oral health problem, and I'm here to help you throughout your lifetime to gain and maintain oral health, function, and aesthetics.
Patients will need us more and more as time goes on. And I think the quality and excellence of what prosthodontics is all about will be as great of demand or more demand than ever in the future. I think it's a great specialty. I think it's great, especially since they crossed over and allowed surgical training as part of the prosthetic program.
Thank you for the past 50 years. And here's to another 50 years of making the world smile.
My best wishes for ACP's 50th anniversary.
All the best to the college. I wish that it continues to grow in its impact in the overall dental community, not only our specialty, and to continue to advance and advocate for our specialty.
I definitely want to see a long life for the college. I think it's important for the specialty. I think it's the most important part of the specialty. It's what speaks for us, and without it, there'll be no specialty.
I think there's a bright future for prosthodontists, and I wish the college nothing but future success.
I wish that the college continues to be a leader in thought, a leader in education when it comes to developing the next generation of prosthodontists, and hopefully that we all get back to a time where we can meet in person for the next 50 years.
Obviously, to go on doing the brilliant job they've done for half a century.
My wishes are that the college continues to follow this charted course of making prosthodontics a household name, making prosthodontists recognized proudly among the specialties, and making certain that very talented people continue to be recruited and trained in prosthodontics.